I thought I'd make a video tonight. It's been 3 or 4 days. Today is January the 10th, 2016. It is 8 o'clock at night. It's a Saturday. And so I thought I'd make a video. Basically what I'm going to do in this video is just, I mentioned in my last video I was getting the memoirs of John, Juan F. Thompson. Stories I tell myself, growing up with Hunter S. Thompson. And I got this book in the mail this week. And I thought I'd, first of all, show you my Hunter S. Thompson collection. First, this is a biography by Paul Perry. Paul Perry was, if I remember correctly, he created the illustrations in the book that's very famous. No, I don't know. Anyway, this is, I think, a biography. Fear and Loathing, A Strange and Terrible Saga of Hunter S. Thompson by Paul Perry. It's a biography, if I remember correctly. This is another biography, The Life of Hunter S. Thompson, Gonzo, an oral biography by Jans S. Wiener. He's the founder of the Rolling Stone magazine, and Corey Sigmore. This is an oral biography of Hunter S. Thompson, Gonzo. This is Fear and Loathing at Rolling Stone. If you remember that in the I think it was in the 70s, Hunter S. Thompson was a journalist for the Rolling Stones magazine. Fear and Loathing at Rolling Stone, The Essential Writings of Hunter S. Thompson, edited with introduction by Jan S. Wiener. I have this. And then we have his most famous book, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, A Savage Journey to the Heart of the American Dream by Hunter S. Thompson. And then we have his book, Fear and Loathing on this Campaign Trail, 1972, by Dr. S. Thompson. And then we have his Gonzo Papers, Volume 1, The Great Shark Hunt, Strange Tales from a Strange Time by Hunter S. Thompson. These are, I think, Hey Rube, Bloodsport, Bush Doctrine, and the Downward Spiral of Dumbness, Modern History from the Sports Desk by Hunter S. Thompson. This is another biography, Jokes Over by Ralph Steadman. Ralph Steadman on Hunter S. Thompson. He is the one who wrote, he's the one who made the illustrations for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, those crazy kind of images that are very famous. So I have that. Then I have The Great Shark Hunt, Strange Tales from a Strange Time, Gonzo Papers, Volume 1, Hunter S. Thompson. Some of these I have doubles of. This is Generation of Swine, Gonzo Papers 2, Tales of Shame and Degradation in the 80s by Hunter S. Thompson. This is another copy of The Great Shark Hunt. This is another biography of Hunter S. Thompson, Outlaw Journalists, The Life and Times of Hunter S. Thompson by William McKean. This is Hunter, The Strange and Savage Life of Hunter S. Thompson, another biography by E. Jane Carroll. This is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I mentioned that. Generation of Swine, Gonzo Papers, Volume 2, Tales of Shame and Degradation. This is another copy of the that. He wrote The Rum Diaries, a novel. This Hunter S. Thompson. You remember that Johnny Depp made a film on this book, The Rum Diary? Hunter S. Thompson, Songs of Doomed, More Notes on the Death of the American Dream, Gonzo Papers, Volume 3. This is another copy, the Songs of the Doomed, Gonzo Papers, Volume 3. Another one of The Great Shark Hunt, Volume 1 of the Gonzo Papers. This is the letters, Gonzo Letters, Volume 2, Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in America, Brutal Odyssey of an Outlaw Journalist. I don't think I have Volume 1 of his letters. This is another book by Hunter S. Thompson, Better Than Sex, Confessions of a Political Junkie by Hunter S. Thompson. So these are the books I have by Hunter S. Thompson. I don't know why I don't have Volume 1 of his letters. I thought I did, but I don't seem to have them in my collection. I have to go buy them. So yeah, you find a lot of stuff on YouTube, documentaries, interviews with Hunter S. Thompson, but he's mainly famous Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which was also made a movie, and Johnny Depp in that film played Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson and Johnny Depp were very close friends. So this is another one, and so yeah, then I got this. This is his memoirs of Hunter S. Thompson's son growing up with his dad. So I haven't read it yet. So that's my Hunter S. Thompson collection. I got these books today at a thrift stores. Nachi Reader. And I got a novel, The Wishbones by Tom Peretta. I have 3 of the novels by him in our library. I got this book at the Book Nook today. I volunteered at the library used bookstore. Superior Persons of Words by Peter Boiler. I got the Philippine Asian War by Ronald Kingan. And I've been reading in the mornings this book I got in the mail, Alone with God by Don Jean Larec. And I started getting it back into the Coin Lockers Babies by Rue Marikari. Still reading that. And I got this in the mail this week, Living on Paper, Letters from Aris Murdoch, 1934-1995, edited by Arabelle Horner and Anne Roll. I got this week. And I've been reading, once again, Iris Murdoch, The Good Apprentice. I'm almost done with it. I also grabbed by mistake a book by my brother. He's the photographer, The Journey to Nowhere, The Saga of the New Underclass by Dale Melridge and Michael Williamson. Michael Williamson is my brother. He's a photographer for the Washington Post. This is one of his earlier books. So that's what I'm going to show tonight as far as my diary. Tomorrow is January the 10th. I'll be at page 32. And I am still in my diary. And today I basically read The Coin Locker Babies, and that's what I read today. And so that's about it here. Not much else going on. I got a book coming in the mail next week, a biography of Iris Murdoch coming in the mail next week. I like to read biographies when I read letters. I like to have both together to fill in more detail. And I've read other biographical books on Iris Murdoch. Her husband, Iris Murdoch's husband, after she died, he wrote called The Elegy of Iris Murdoch, and which was made into a movie. You can see it on YouTube. And so that's about it. Not much else going on. I'm not really in a good mood tonight or today. I don't know why. Sometimes I get really irritable. Maybe it's old age. I don't know. Been kind of cranky. It's kind of like after you read a lot of mystical theology and you read about Christian perfection and you read about the contemplative life, I realize I'm not. I'm just an old man. I'm going to be 64 this year, and I've been a Christian 45 years, but I'm just an ordinary Christian. I mean, I don't go to church. I don't really talk to Christians that often. I did stop by this week and visit my Christian friend Tim, but he was very sick with pneumonia, and he was just hacking away and about to pass out, so I didn't stay long. But he's the one I usually have spiritual fellowship with, and my wife. And I try to keep my heart and my mind on the Lord, but I'm not really a mystic. I'm not a contemplative. I'm just an ordinary Bible-believing evangelical who loves Jesus and just lives a simple life. I don't do much. I don't go anywhere. I'm not really into traveling. I don't like to fly in planes. I don't like to drive anywhere. I just like being at home and just enjoying the silence and the peace of my middle-class existence. So, until next time, may the Lord bless.